Hey guys, it's Florence, and today's video I'm wearing my African shirt because you know what it means. Actually you don't, so I'm gonna tell you. This is a story time from when I was back in Africa, and I remember it like it was yesterday because I almost died. You probably must be wondering, Florence, like who tried to take your life? Nobody, my sister helped though. So guys, make sure you give this video a thumbs up for more story time. Let's try and get this video to 1,000 views because you've been killing it lately on my story time videos. Make sure you comment down below if you would like to see more story time videos from me, and check out my story time playlist in my description box if you haven't seen any of my other story times yet. So I was back in Africa. It was a normal day because my story always start off as a normal day. You don't even know what's about to happen to you, but it was just a normal day. My dad like never let us outside the fence. Like our house is surrounded by a fence to keep evil people from coming in or us from getting out into the evil people world. I don't know what it was, but our house had a fence around it. For some reason I forgot what my dad had to do that day, so he put us into the car and he took us to our grandmother's house. Yes, to our grandmother's house. So that day it was raining outside, like it been raining for so long. So it finally stopped for a little bit and we was told not to go outside. It's like you telling us not to go outside. It's going through this ear, coming out the other one. But now I'm thinking you should have listened, Florence, because that wasn't going to happen to you. Well,
we went outside.
It was me, my sister, and my cousin. We went outside. This is my oldest sister, the one that's older than me. What's she now? 23? 24? I don't know, but my older sister. So we went outside. So I'm guessing the puddle outside was not enough for us because we decided to go stick our foot in the well. If you don't know what a well is, so in Africa, you dig a hole in the ground like very deep, like 20 feet deep, and water from the soil rise up, and everybody in the community used that water to cook, to wash their clothes, to bathe, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we decided to put our foot into the well because it was all the way high up and we're just sitting around it, and we put our foot into the well. So we was there for a second and nothing happened. Like we were just chatting it up, but it was like muddy and all that. Usually the well is surrounded by bricks, but this one was not. It was just like a hole in the ground. So we're just sitting down and we have our foot around it, and out of nowhere I slid into the well. Like, come on now. I was age 6 and I remember this. I would never forget this day. Like I slid into the well and I started drowning, people. Like all the noises you make, like reaching up for something, and my sister and my cousin, they got up and they ran. Like my sister did not try to help me out that well. Like I remember struggling for a minute and a half, and I finally give up on life. Like I remember like letting go, and I just saw water like glare, and I started floating to the bottom, and I remember a frog hopped out when I fell in. I was like,
he didn't even try to save me either.
The rest of the story was told to me by my family. So that day, after my sister and my cousin left me in a well to die, they went back home like nothing happened. These kids, they went home, and like my family will usually come outside in the yard and all the older people sit down. My granny sit in the middle and all her grandkids sit around her, and she tell bedtime story. So everybody was gathering around to tell bedtime story, and Florence was missing. Where is Florence? Everybody start looking. This is like around 11. Didn't even find me till 1 a.m. people. 1 a.m. They're like, where is Florence? So everybody's looking for Florence, and then notice my sister is acting suspicious. And at this point, my dad's like, where is Florence? And she don't want to talk. She's like, I don't want to talk because I'll get in trouble. And he had to literally beat it out of her for her to tell him where I was.
It's okay, people. In Africa, we're allowed to beat the kids.
I got beat a couple of times, and I'm fine. So like she finally go, oh, earlier today when you told us not to go outside, we snuck out the house and we went to the well, and Florence fell into the well. This is why I remember, people. Like I remember all this, and I remember somebody pulling me out of it, but I did not wake up when it pulled me out. I guess I was still conscious. I wasn't conscious, but I was still breathing. I don't know how you explain that. I wasn't dead. I was still breathing, but I never woke up when a person did. So I guess somebody in the neighborhood wanted to use the well to get water to cook, clean, or whatever, and then noticed I was in there, so they just pulled me out, put me to the side, and went on with their daily routine. So yeah, that's what my body was. So my family finally beat it out of my sister, and they came looking for me, and they finally found me, and I was still unconscious. So they went ahead and they did the little pushing of the stomach, the CPR and everything, and I finally came, like, I threw up for like a good 1 minute, my whole life out of me. I like blah 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 blah, like, and then when I woke up, I was in the emotion like, oh my God, we gotta get home before we get in trouble because we wasn't supposed to leave the house. And I started running, and then they grabbed me and they like holding me like they thought something was wrong with me. I was like, I gotta get home, I gotta get home, I can get in trouble. And then I noticed, I was like, what is everybody doing here? And then I was like, oh my God, Florence, I'm so happy you're here. Like, you fell into the, I was like, oh my God. Like, to this day, I don't understand why my sister left me for death. Like, for death? She left me to die. Like, I'm 6, so that means you was like 7, 8, or 9. Like, you were smarter than me. You could have reached and got me. You know, if we was gonna die, we was gonna die together. But you left me to die, and you went home, and you didn't say nothing. It's like, okay. So from that day on, like, if she pushed an issue like, let's go and do this.
No.
I'm not going with you, because next you might just push me in a car for you to survive. And to this day, I am so traumatized of water. It's not like, she don't take a shower.
You know, I be showering. I be in a shower though.
I'm saying, like, if I'm terrified. If I cannot feel the bottom of something, like if I'm in a shower, I'm standing so I know I'm safe. When I go to the pool, I'm standing in 3 feet. I cannot go past 3 feet. No. If my foot's not touching the ground, I feel like the whole drowning motion comes back, and it's so terrifying. I'm so terrified of the water. When I go to the ocean, this the water, this is me right here at the beginning, because I'm not going deep within because I feel like I'm going to die. Like, I tried that when I went to Santa Cruz, and no. It's like, I thought I was over it. Now that I was like 19, I'm still not over it. I'm terrified of water. I don't like going swimming where I cannot stand, because the whole thing come back and I'm like fighting for my life. So that's pretty scary. And the moral of the story is, listen to your parents. When they tell you to do something, just do it. Like, I had to learn the hard way, and it was not fun at all. I was like sickly, bedbound for the longest time. I felt like my life was over. Like, I puked everything out and I was still gagging, so that was pretty sick. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.